serious what simple daily habits have large tangible benefits. Story 1. I just moved out of my parents' house and I was reading tips on Reddit. The best one I ever read was set a timer for 10 minutes every day and clean. Once the timer ends you're done. You'd be surprised how much cleaning you can get done in 10 minutes. Story 2. 10 minutes every day of push-ups, sit-ups, stretches, etc. makes a surprising difference. Takes a month or two but you'll be impressed. Edit. Great discussion in comments on what exercises to do, how to vary it up, how to start from zero, etc. I'd recommend Googling 5-minute, 7-minute or 10-minute workouts to find out what is right for you. The most important part is to build that habit of workouts. Good luck. Story 3. Just stay on top of the messes you make. The moment you finish your food, start cleaning everything. Wipe stuff up the second you spill it. Take dirty clothes to the laundry right after your shower, etc. I guarantee you will be happier living in a clean place rather than letting momentary convenience dictate your life. Story 4. Do the tiny cleans. Hey race, how you tiny clean. Divide your room/house apartment into tiny sections that take very little time to clean. For example, wiping one dresser can be one thing, wiping one section of the tiles in the bathroom, vacuuming one floor carpet, cleaning just the toilet rail quick, etc. Pick a specific time, same every day, when you feel the best about doing something, after you wake up, before you eat lunch. For me, weirdly, it's just after I get back from work and do one tiny clean. Or if you feel up to it, 2 tiny cleans or 3, or however many you want, but always at least one. Rotate the sections each day and tiny clean something else. You'll do a full circle soon enough, making sure every bit that you tiny clean is fresh and tidy. Draw up a schedule if you can't keep track. Result: clean and tidy house with minimal effort every day. Story 5. Dental hygiene. I'm 37, never taken drugs, eat a vaguely sensible diet, but not brushing my teeth or visiting the dentist properly has left my teeth in such a state that I can only eat with one side of my mouth. Making certain sounds causes a broken tooth to cut my lip, and repairing the damage is impossible. I have precisely 2 teeth which are in good condition and 5 which are salvageable. And the damage to the rest is so extensive, I'm awaiting a fitting for false teeth. Edit. For clarity, I take care of what's left as best I can now. The damage was done when I was young and dumb. Story 6. Having end cap routines, in the morning and evening, can be anything, but just doing the same set of things to cap off everyday: journaling, reading, going for a walk, planning, whatever will anchor you and give a feeling of control and structure, even if everything else is a raging dumpster fire. Story 7. Confront your own unhealthy, unrealistic thoughts. Hey race, some examples: forecasting you're obligated to go to a party, and before you even leave the house you tell yourself it will be a bad time, etc. In reality most days are just regular, and none of us posses foresight with 100% accuracy. Catastrophizing. I saw someone with washroom anxiety list off a paragraph of bad things that could happen using a friend's washroom, when in reality only 1 or 2 bad things would happen in a worst-case scenario. Fortune telling: a pissed-off-looking person bumps into you on the street and ignores you. You might think of them as or believe you can read their thoughts, but it's not true. Maybe their dog just got a bad diagnosis and they didn't even see you. Maybe they were just cheated on and the world is crumbling all around them, etc. Black and white thinking, pretty self-explanatory, but it's worth repeating that life is full of middle ground. Some schools ban peanuts altogether, others ignore the problem totally. The healthy compromise is thought to be designated tables where allergens like peanuts can be eaten and avoided as necessary. You can read more about this here. www.cci.health.wa.gov, Autoxpanic 05, Unhelpful 20 Thinking 20 Styles. PDF. I have bipolar disorder, more manic phases than depressed, and this form of cognitive behavioral therapy absolutely saved me life. Edit. I'm glad to hear people are finding this helpful. It's made me feel like the Jedi Master of my own emotions. Story 8. Reading before bed instead of staying on your phone. I was having trouble falling asleep and heard that reading helped, rather than sitting in front of a screen, even if it was a gripping book. Once I put it down I fell asleep way faster than if I'd been flipping through my phone for an hour before bed. Also, on a smaller scale, I have super vivid dreams again. I couldn't remember the last time I actually recalled a dream I had the night before, and now it's a nearly nightly thing. Edit. Or just stay off your phone tablet before bed according to Harvard Health and Sleep org. Story 9. It sounds really hippie-ish, but finding beauty in everything and showing appreciation for things that make you happy. I was a miserable, depressed for a long time, and there was a moment I realized that in my most depressed state there was still a happy place in my head I went to, so there must be some beauty out there in this up world that was inspiring me. I went for a walk to find these things and it was crazy how eye-opening it was. My rule is every hour to find at least 2 things that I find beautiful. The only rule is that I can't be like, wow, my dog is beautiful, like 10 times in a day. Other than that, sky is the limit. I recommend leaving the house and going on walks to find these things. I also think genuinely thanking people for things they've brought you that you find joy in is great too. If you really liked your pizza or burger or whatever, tell the cooks if you can see them, or tell the server that you said they did a great job. Email the author of a book you enjoyed and tell them, even if you don't think they'll read it. You'd be surprised. Oh yeah, and for sake, drink more water, like a lot more than you think is enough, and meditate. 2 of the healthiest things you can do for yourself. Story 10. Eat healthier. Stop eating between meals. Don't take too much sugar, keep your carb intake limited, nor too much saturated fat. And try not to eat processed food. Do some light workout, just to keep yourself in shape. A few push-ups every 2 days or so, a few crunches, etc. I've made the mistake of never doing this, and now I'm exhausted as soon as I have a minimal effort to provide. I got some light cardiac problems too. In my defense, masturbate. Not only it feels good, but it helps your brain create all the good stuff hormones. Make sure you get enough sleep. I sleep 8 hours a day, and if I'm tired during the day, I nap, go outside in the sun for at least 5 minutes daily, up to 30 minutes if you're black, or use a ton of sunscreen. You have to synthesize that vitamin D, interact with people, and flirt too. It will feel really good and give you a will to live. If you lost it, edit. Some told me that masturbating isn't needed or can have opposite effects. I don't know enough in the domain to give serious advice. I'll keep fapping, we'll see what happens. Story 11-1. Swap sodas out for water with Crystal Light. Then cut back to just water. 2. Go for a walk on lunch breaks. 3. Do chores, housework before you leave for a trip. Going out, not having to do anything when you return, is more relaxing than dreading returning home to extra work. 4. Call a loved one, parents, wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, friends, other fam, etc. Instead of text every now and then. Hearing a voice is much more pleasant than potentially misunderstood words. Story 12. Exercise for 30 minutes. Even a brisk walk around the block is better than remaining sedentary. Fix your lunch and make other morning preparations the night before, especially crucial if you have kids, pets, and other things that tie you up and always make you late in the morning. Keep the house tidy. It takes minutes, sometimes seconds, to put something back where it goes versus letting it accumulate in common areas. Studies have shown that cleaner houses improve mental health and overall productivity. Find a hobby and get serious with it. May be hard to do in your younger working years, but as you age, something like jigsaw puzzles or collecting vinyl or playing an instrument or even rooting obsessively for a sports team will give your life meaning and purpose as all those around you die off one by one. Story 13. Honestly, brushing your teeth twice a day. When I moved in with my I was only brushing when I woke up. I was under the impression of, well, they're clean, I'll just clean them again when I wake up, but she pushed me to clean in the morning and at night. In less than a month, I was already noticing a lot of my dental problems were significantly diminished. I had a lot less sensitivity, a lot less tooth pain, especially with my wisdom teeth coming in, and as an everyday coffee drinker, my teeth were getting noticeably whiter. I know how everybody says taking care of your teeth is important, but go that extra mile and it honestly can make the biggest difference. TLDR, brush twice a day, your teeth will thank you. Story 14-1. Keep your room tidy and use the tidying process as a way to relax. 2. Avoid useless conflicts. 3. Go to sleep earlier so you can wake up earlier. Your day won't start with rushing and unnecessary stress hormone increase. 4. Make certain of the things you are avoiding to do and make a point of doing them immediately without thinking, so you can't think yourself out of them. Having finished these responsibilities takes the weight off your shoulders that is still there on some level, even if you are not consciously thinking of them. Story 15. A gratitude and accomplishment journal. Every day write down 3 good things and at least 1 accomplishment, even if it's just got out of bed or breakfast was good. It's helped me get in a more positive mindset to appreciate what I have and what I've done instead of what I want and what I should have done. Story 16. If you have to go anywhere that is less than 1 mile or fewer than 10 flights of stairs, walk it. Don't take escalators, elevators, buses, Ubers, or drive. Take the time to briskly, if possible, walk it. It may take a bit more time to go up those 4 flights of stairs, but the benefits to your body and mind will be enormous. Story 17. You can learn a new language by just practicing an hour a day. I'm trying to learn Spanish by using Duolingo for an hour on the bus every day. It may not be comprehensive, and I won't be getting a job as a translator anytime soon, but estoy aprendiendo un poco más cada día. Edit. Full disclosure, I used Google Translate for the last part of my post. I've only started learning Spanish, and I can say I am a man and I eat bread and drink water, so to everyone replying in Spanish, I have no idea what you're saying. Story 18. Being aware of who you socialize and spend your time with, especially at work and school. I'm great with staying away from negative people now, and I find that it's more enjoyable. Story 19. Daily runs are great for your health, as well as drinking 1 glass of red wine a day. Both increase your life expectancy. Edit. This doesn't mean having the runs daily is healthy. Story 20. I found myself getting a lot more done when I decided to create, although I dislike this phrase, a bullet journal each night before going to sleep. I included a rough schedule for the day, a list of goals, to-do list, a small section to write motivations and things that I was grateful for, and a note section. It took about 5 to 10 minutes to write up, but definitely added direction the following day if I was at a loose end or feeling like procrastinating. I stopped a while ago and still haven't picked it back up again. I'm sure it works for some and not for others, but the results spoke for themselves once I had stuck to it for a while. Story 21. Stretching or going through a quick workout as soon as you wake up. I do 100 push-ups and sit-ups while the water boils for my coffee. It wakes you up and gets the blood flowing and your mood increases dramatically. I still do my afternoon workouts every day, but doing something in the morning as soon as I wake up has had a great effect. Story 22. Physical activity and proper diet. Hearing the term lifestyle changes might scare some, but it's really not hard at all. Eat under your teeth to lose weight, and if not, just maintain. Do basic calisthenics if you're not in need to do a certain workout for a sport. Run here and there. Done. You now feel great and look better than 80 of people. Also, sleep. Story 23. Moisturize. People, moisturize. Even if you don't moisturize any other part of your body, at the very least make sure your face gets some love. So many wrinkles can be prevented or postponed, so many. Story 24. Continual small steps towards a healthy lifestyle. Thing like reducing alcohol consumption, walking 10,000 steps per day, planning meals around a protein and vegetable, limiting carbs, going to the gym, avoiding drinks with calories, meditating, stretching, staying on a consistent sleep schedule, keeping a clean living space, avoiding stress, stay away from processed foods, and several other things. You don't need to do these all at once. Pick one. Do it every day. Discipline will get you way further than motivation will until it becomes a habit. Eventually you will do it without thinking. On days you don't do it, you'll feel off, or that you're cheating yourself. Once it becomes habit, add another healthy lifestyle choice. In a few months you'll be doing several small things that add up to something meaningful. Story 25. If you're a student, just look over your notes in some way every day. Doesn't have to be for all your classes, and doesn't have to be for long. Add a little walking when and where you can, if you're physically able to. Story 26. Writing important thoughts and reminders down, and then reading those thoughts later in the near future. This means better communication between past you and future you, allowing you to get more stuff done. Story 27. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and will encourage you to do another task, and another and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Make your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. If by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made. That you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. U.S. Navy Admiral McRaven. Story 28. I'm pretty sure this is a commonly asked question, not to say that's a bad thing, but there are always the standard sleep more less Reddit, clean your house, hygiene, tracking, spending, working out, hydrating, going outdoors, talking to people, and as always, make your darn bed. Story 29. Push-ups. It's way quicker and easier than a full workout, and thus much easier to stick to, and yes, you'll see results if you even remotely challenge yourself. Also, any musical instrument that you actually routinely pick up and play and make some attempts to learn with a little bit of structure. Story 30. Smile. People interact with you the way they perceive you. Sleep can function right if you're not rested. Exercise. The fitness and nutrition world change their ideas daily about cholesterol, fats. Every day there is a new study. The one thing everyone agrees about is exercising daily. Eat your health. There are two ways of eating health, by healthy foods and by eating pills. Choose the foods, set your goals in a list. The day-to-day shenanigans often makes us forget or put in second place our goals and dreams. That reminds you daily. Be thankful for the things you have and not sorry angry for what you don't. Stay clean. Shower every day. Brush teeth goes back to step one. It's all about how people perceive you. Clean the place you live on. Being organized is an underrated skill. IT will help you in the long run. Story 31. When thinking of things to do or that need to be done, use the Reminders app and or calendar app that sends reminders on your phone. I keep track of everything like that, sometimes months in advance. Birthdays, events, next dentist appointment, down to buy X item, research X topic, reach out to X person, etc. People always wonder how I never forget. It's because I constantly have the app to remind me. Story 32. Meditation. You won't notice much at first, but over time you'll be amazed at how well you can regulate your emotions, be able to relax, have more focus, and know what steps you should take to further your life. Story 33. Bruce Lee's 3-minute stretch static workout. He loved static exercises, ones you could do with little to no large movement, such as tensing your abs. I found that starting my day with this has made me feel a lot better through the day, and doing certain static exercises throughout the day is helpful too. John Little wrote of Lee's workout in Way of the Warrior. Body stretch 25s. Perform 5 full body stretches. Extend your legs as far as you can in one direction and reach your arms as far as possible in the opposite direction. Maintain each stretch for 3 seconds and then relax for 2 seconds. Back arches 25s. Perform 5 back arches. Bend your legs until the backs of your thighs are just touching the backs of your upper calves, and then slowly push your hips upward toward the ceiling while simultaneously flexing your buttocks muscles and pushing gently with your legs. Maintain each arch for 3 seconds and then relax for 2 seconds. Leg tensing 60s. Perform 12 leg tenses. Slowly extend your legs as far as you can, and then tighten the muscles of your thighs. Maintain this fully contracted position for 3 seconds. Abdominal tensing 50s. Perform 10 abdominal tenses deliberately and fully contract your abdominal muscles in a manner similar to what you would do if, please forgive the imagery, you were having a bowel movement. Maintain this maximal contraction for 3 seconds and then relax for 2 seconds. Sit-up touching toes 10s. Perform 5 sit-ups touching toes. Simply place your back flat upon your mattress with your legs fully extended in front of you and your arms extended behind your head. Now slowly raise your torso, reaching forward with your hands until they come into contact with your toes. Hold this position briefly, and then return to the starting position. Bent leg raises 10s. Perform 5 bent leg raises. Place your back flat upon your mattress with your arms outstretched behind your head. Slowly bend your legs and draw them up toward your chest. Pausing briefly once they have been drawn as far back as possible, return your legs to the starting position. Story 34. Walking. I have an hour for lunch and work at the end of a quiet dead-end road. I allow 15 minutes for eating and walk the remaining 45 minutes. It allows me to get out of the office, refresh my mind and get my body moving. Mentally and physically it has been beneficial. Story 35 Attention. Serious tag notice jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted in any comment, parent or child. Parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit message compose. Tor AskReddit if you have any questions or concerns. Story 36 It sounds like something your mother would tell you, but honestly, brush your teeth, it whitens your teeth, thus giving you a better smile and more confidence, plus it saves a ton of money, and spares you a lot of pain in the long term. Story 37 These are all related to physical health, and kinda long engage in some kind of physical activity, limit sugary drinks, cook food, a small amount of physical activity, even just taking the stairs instead of the elevator or doing 10 sit-ups can have a noticeable benefit over a long period of time. It won't make you lose 60 pounds, but it will help start on a track to health. Limit soda. A 20 ounces 600 milliliters bottle of Mountain Dew has 77 grams of sugar and 290 calories. That's more calories and 3 times the sugar of a 14-pint serving of Ben & Jerry's chocolate chip cookie dough. If you need caffeine, drink black coffee, 0 calories. I was a person who drank 2 16-ounce energy drinks a day in college. It was the equivalent of eating a half pint of ice cream every day. By cutting them out, with few other changes, I lost around 20 pounds in a year, not as extreme as the transformations you see on Reddit, but it was a huge change. Additionally, cutting out the processed sugars made me feel way better. Aside from any weight loss, cook food. If you go out to eat at a restaurant, you are probably consuming roughly half a stick of butter with your meal. Food from restaurants is better than your food because the chefs use more butter, cream, and salt than you do. Cooking food is fun, and an easy way to control your intake. Food from a restaurant or a frozen dinner will contain more salt than you would put in your food. I guarantee it. Cooking is fun and cheaper than eating out or eating frozen food. Story 38 Getting up on the first sound of an alarm, not using phone in bed, going for a morning walk, eating breakfast, a first thing at work ritual that puts me to work on my tasks instead of immediately distracting myself, going to the gym, regularly backstretches, going for a walk in the evening, going to bed at a reasonable hour. Story 39 Several things. All of them can be done in 20 minutes or much less. Meal prep. It saves money, time and is healthy. Calisthenics. It's a short-term mood booster and has long-term heart and brain benefits. Acorns account or similar. It automatically saves a small amount of money for you as you spend. Great if you're not good at saving. Read an actual book. It's better for your eyes and helps with falling asleep. It is something that you can have a conversation with people about too, rather than scrolling through everyone's negative Facebook posts. Story 40 Drink the recommended amount of water for your weight. Seriously. Also, if you have a yard to mow and it is flat, invest in a nice push reel mower. I have been using a Fiskars reel mower, drinking a lot of water, and eating well, and in the last 2 months I have dropped 15 pounds. Story 41 I have one don't sit and daydream. You can have your me time but don't waste hours on it. It shouldn't take more than 15 to 20 minutes a day. Always try to be in the present and spend the time in best way. Stop thinking about what has happened or what could happen. Story 42 It may sound obvious for some, but use at least 10 to 15 minutes to play and mingle with your mascot pet. This besides the programmed walking and even on the weekends. It helps tons with your pet's anxiety if it stays alone at home, and it helps you with your stress level to play with your dog. It might not work for every pet, a turtle, a fish, a really lazy pug, but as an owner of a Jack Russell Terrier this really helped with the hyperactivity and the whole digging in the yard. Story 43 Write every day at least 200 words. Limit your Reddit habit to a maximum of 1 hour per day. Practice an art form at least for 15 minutes per day. Musical instrument, painting, drawing, juggling. Story 44 Wake up with your alarm. Do not hit snooze. It will just make you feel more tired in the morning. Get up and get ready. It is amazing how much better you will feel after you are vertical and committed to facing the day. When you have any task, no matter how complicated or simple, make a list and then work the list. It is a very easy organizational technique that anyone can do. Make list, work the list. Story 45 10 to 20 minutes of yoga or meditation every day. I love doing this. De-stresses me especially after a long day at work. I just use a yoga app on my phone and my yoga mat and turn down all the lights. Story 46 Take a few minutes a day to learn something new. This is especially important if you're older. I have a quiz on my phone that quizzes me on general knowledge. If I notice I'm weak in certain subjects, I add them to a list. Things like international currencies or flower anatomy or important movie directors. I then find a URL that discusses it and links to other sites about it. Wikipedia is great for this, and add it to the file. Every night I pick a URL and peruse it for a while. If I'm lazy, I'll go watch a YouTube tutorial on something interesting. Just watched one on the Anaconda Dribble, a way to flashily move playing cards from one hand to the other. You can also do this with important information as well, but the idea is to keep your mind active. I'm in my 50s, and the amount of stuff I've forgotten since I was in school is frightening. Story 47 Not slouching. Sitting and standing up straight gives you back muscles, prevents aches and pains by promoting spine health, makes you feel more confident and energetic, helps combat depression, and apparently makes you seem more attractive. Need confirmation on that one though. Story 48. I use the 1-minute rule. If I can do it in a minute, I have to do it. It keeps me from tossing clothes onto the chair instead of hanging them up or putting them in the laundry, keeps mail and voicemail from piling up, and generally prevents clutter. Story 49. Avoid reading too much news. Bad news sucks you in, and before you know it, you can think of little else and you even start taking off-the-wall conspiracy sites seriously. Story 50. Don't look at your phone in the morning, especially not on the toilet. By that, I mean checking social media, news, etc. You will arrive at work with more energy and mental clarity than you could ever imagine. Story 51. 10 minutes of meditation a day every day will change your life in big ways. Sadly, it's so low on everyone's list because it's actually hard to sit and do nothing. Oh, the irony. Story 52. Try to make someone's life a little better. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Maybe help clean up after someone's party, or tell the grumpy person at the pharmacy that you understand how bad their corporate rules are, or email your mom just to say hi. This benefits you as well. You might gain more empathy, or get a better perspective on other people. We're all in this together. Suddenly, you're a nicer person, more people might remember you, and it will be in a positive light. Story 53. If you're telling yourself you'll just watch an episode and get back to work, set yourself a timer. 15 minutes is usually best. When the timer ends, restart it. Do this every time the timer ends. This makes you more aware of the passage of time. You might waste more time than you set out to waste, but you won't lose track of time. Story 54. Strawberry banana smoothie with peanut butter and flaxseed. Granted, you'll be in the restroom in a few, but man, is it so good and straightens your stomach. Story 55. I didn't see this one, but it's been mentioned in other similar posts. The 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes to do, do it. Take off your shirt, take 60 seconds and hang it up instead of throwing it on the chair. Brush your teeth, pick up after yourself, and you'll see how easy it is to clean at the end of the week, or how motivated you'll start to be for doing the tiny things that add up. 2 minutes is a lot easier to handle than telling yourself you have to do something for an hour. Story 56. For me, it's setting out my clothes and anything that can be left out for breakfast the night before. I hate mornings and they feel more manageable when my outfit and breakfast is ready when I wake up. What used to feel like a drag glides right along now. Story 57. Just meal prepping. Something simple can save you so much money. I'm fine with eating the same lunch each workday, so I went from spending 5 to 15 eating out with coworkers daily, to spending like 2 or less on bringing chicken rice or broccoli with me. Story 58. Going for a walk. Run in the AM is such a great way to improve your overall health. It friggin' hurts to start, but it does pay off over time. Lung capacity improves and health in general, so does energy and sleep at night. Story 59. Working out for sure. Gave me plenty of confidence. I still have a little trouble with girls, but I could skate with my shirt off without feeling insecure. Story 60. I use the while I'm up method. Basically, every time I stand up, I have to do a job, big job, small job, doesn't matter. Get up from couch to pee, time to fill, start the dishwasher, get out of bed with nowhere to go straight away, set a load of washing off while I'm up, it'll do something. Note: works best for people who spend most of their time at home. Story 61. Tracking the calories you eat. I've been doing it since January 1st, and by maintaining a small deficit I've lost 15 pounds. I look and feel much better without any crash diets or crazy food restrictions. Story 62. I have to share this one because it's a small change but drastically changed my life in a good way. Don't do anything other than sleep, in the bed, apart from I guess. Story 63. Making my bed helped my insomnia. Something about my bed looking nice and inviting made me want to take a nap on it. I'm not sure why, but sleeping on a messy bed makes me feel unease. Story 64. I clean as I go. If I'm in the kitchen, while something is warming up or cooking, I take a wet rag and wipe the counters off. If I'm in the bathroom, while waiting for the shower water to get hot enough, I use a wet sponge to wipe off the sink or wipe the toilet off. Or if you do just a few minutes of cleaning as part of what else you do, your place will be much cleaner. Story 65. 1. Working out. It doesn't matter what type, just take a small amount of time every day and do something exercise related. Personally, I do 20-30 push-up and 50 to 60 crunches every day after work before my shower. 2. Cooking your own meals, not frozen meals in the microwave. Something as simple as chicken breast shrimp over pasta rice. With a little seasoning, it will likely be overall a healthier meal than eating out fast food and much cheaper. Also, reward is immediate because food. 3. Spend time out in the sun. Doesn't have to be something extravagant. I set up a beach chair on my balcony because I don't want to talk to people but want sunlight. My tan is coming in nicely and I feel better mood-wise every day. It really offsets the depression existential dread. 4. Wash your dishes as soon as you are done eating. Having a clean living environment is great for stress management and maintaining a positive outlook. Story 66. Walking. Just go for a walk. It's proven to lessen cancer rates. You don't even have to run. Just walk and improve your life while relaxing. Do it today. Story 67. Log your calories. It takes like 5 minutes a day with apps like MyFitnessPal. If you know exactly how much you're eating and what your weight is doing, you know enough to do whatever you want with your weight. Want to lose weight? Eat fewer calories than you are currently. It's that easy. Story 68. Using a calendar. The amount of people my age, early 20s, who don't use any type of calendar is insane. People who are put together don't necessarily have insane memories where they can just remember plans they made 2 months ago. They just write that down. It's also great for planning and sticking to your goals. Story 69 Exercising. It's incredible to me how much better I feel physically and mentally after waking up in the morning and getting a workout in, even if it's only for 30 minutes and you go for a walk or run, or go to the gym and lift weights. Doing some sort of physical activity in the morning really helps wake your body up and get your day off on the right foot. Story 70 Take a few minutes out of your day evening for silence. No phone, TV, music, just sit and be quiet with your thoughts or no thoughts. We are bombarded with stimulation of one kind or another every minute. Take a break. Story 71 If you're trying to get into the gym, especially if it's after a long work day, write your workouts down ahead of time. I always take a few minutes of my day and write my workout on a sticky note. I've been lifting for years now but started to do this a couple of months ago and it helps me from slacking off in the gym if I'm tired after work. I do the entire workout, go in there know exactly what I need to do, and I have more of a balanced workout, strength is improved, less likely to skip if you have a plan. Story 72 One or more pages of handwritten direct consciousness writing in the morning when you wake, helps to remember dreams, wake you up, get a lot of thoughts down and out of the way that might distract from the day. I also don't read them for a long time then look back and assess after a few weeks or months and see trends in my mood side thoughts etc. Also I need to get back into this habit, it is one I miss. Story 73 Every morning, immediately after waking up, drink 1 pint of water. Story 74 Doing something small that you love or used to love each day, even if you don't feel like it could be knitting or running, whatever floats your boat. It keeps your mood up and if you're depressed can help make you enjoy life a little more eventually. It takes time but it works. Story 75 Prep things for your day ahead of time. It saves you time, money, and stress. One I try to put together a couple days worth of work clothes grouped together in the closet, so outfits are organized together and ready for me to put on in the morning. I also pack my gym bag the night before. This way there is no morning scrambling to find pants, socks, etc. And since I plan things out around what is clean I don't have to wash clothes midweek. 2 On the weekends I cut up vegetables and meats for the week's dinners, pack lunches, and then portion out breakfast into small containers. It takes very little extra time to cut up and pack everything at once. It saves a ton of time doing cutting when I get home, and having it already cut up means I'm less likely to eat out. Story 76 Keeping an exercise elastic band wherever you go. Doing simple band exercises any chance you get can strengthen your back and shoulders, which goes a long way in lowering long-term risk of back pain, especially for those of us that sit for the majority of the workday.